Sandy. Welcome to today's practice. So today's practice is going to be a nice moving flow, and it'll take you around your mat and land you in some different spaces for you to have a fresh encounter and a new perspective on your mat. Gather some props if you have a couple of blocks, and if you have a blanket, gather those now and let's get started. Welcome. Let's begin by taking a comfortable, easy seat, and consider elevating your seat on a blanket and sliding your pelvis forward so that you'll have a nice anterior tilt to the pelvis. And this will provide a nice foundation for your spine to lengthen up and relax through the shoulders. Once you've settled into your seat, start to bring awareness into how your breath is moving as you hold steady in this shape you're creating. Shape you're creating in your physical body. Begin to notice the sensations that arise. Notice what areas in your body, in your seat, are calling your attention. Areas and sensation that are inviting you to draw in and explore. Take a nice full inhalation through your nose and open your mouth and take a cleansing exhalation out through the mouth. Begin to seal your lips and let a steadiness and ease arrive into the physicality of the shape, supporting a mental steadiness of awareness of a full inhalation and an extended exhalation. Settle into a seat of awareness, a seat fully present for this moment, this breath, this inhale, this exhale. Draw your palms to meet at your heart and feel the connection of the palms and the pads of your fingers and the fingertips pressing into each other. Feel the connection of your hands. Draw back into awareness of your seat. Take a nice steady inhalation and an extension on the exhalation. Set a moment of intention to stay with breath and the present moment in your practice today. Set a personal intention, whatever might come to mind, and hold that intention and seal the intention as you breathe in and you breathe out. Relax your eyes, open, begin to transition your way onto the mat into all fours, into tabletop. Come into the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees, and cinch in around your waist, so feel like gathering in. Gather into your strong center. Gather into steadiness. Gather into a balance between effort of the physical body, effort in the mental space, and invite a quality of ease. Invite this effortless ease. Invite it into the experience on your mat today. Take a few rounds of cow and cat as the heart and eyes come forward. Inhale. Send the spine high on the exhalation. Move with your breath. Inhale, heart and eyes forward. Exhale, send the spine high, a gentle drawing of the chin towards your chest. Keep the quality of connection into the entire body and just notice what you're noticing. Notice the sensations, notice the breath. Notice the experience of being fully present for this experience you're creating. Now settle into a neutral spine, into tabletop. Begin to tuck your toes and shift your hips back towards your heels. Set up the hands, strong arms, wrap the upper arm bones in. Connect. And then cinch in around your waist again, draw the low belly in. Create a nice container of support in the center of your body, and let the eyes stay in the space between your hands as you slowly start to hover the knees up. And then you'll begin to move the hips back, come into your first downward facing dog. Settle into stillness in the physical shape for a moment. Spread the awareness out through the entire body. Notice if there's any movement that feels helpful here, pedaling the feet or lifting up onto your toe mounds and pressing back through the heels. Settle into the shoulders, settle into the legs, and then begin to settle into stillness. And cast your eyes between your legs or gently up towards your navel. Take a steady breath in and extend out the exhalation. Lift up onto the toe mounds as you breathe in. Press back through the heels as you breathe out. 2 more rounds. Up on the inhale. Press back on the exhale. 1 more time. Up on the inhale, stretching out the whole back line of the body. Exhale, let the heels get heavy. And let your hands begin to create a quality of lightness. Gather in, breathe in, and extend your exhalation as you breathe out. Draw your right knee in towards your chest and place your right foot through to your hands for runner's lunge. Option always to ease the back knee down. Benchmark here this quality of connection into the footprint of the front foot and this line of awareness to the back foot. Bring the heart and eyes forward on your inhalation, and then take a big step to the top of your mat as you fold on the exhalation. Linger in this first forward fold a few rounds of breath as you settle into both feet. Firm up your thighs, cinching again around the waist, and feel a hinge at your hips. Invite the upper body to release as you fold into yourself. Let the head get heavy. Consider moving the head side to side, up and down. Support the expression with breath. Breathe in and extend the exhalation as you breathe out. Slide your palms to your shins or your thighs, half lift. As you exhale, feel the hinge again at your hips as you fold. Root into your feet, soften the knees. Now gather into center as you make your way up to standing. Stretch the arms up and overhead. And then linger a moment as the hands and the palms draw to your heart, and you stand a moment. You stand tall and you stand well. And you feel the breath in this experience. Inhale and exhale. You remind yourself again to stay present. Stay present for this inhale and this exhale. Glide the hands up and overhead, and as you exhale with strong legs, let your heart lead you all the way down into your forward fold. Stay and flow as you half lift palms to shins or thighs. As you exhale, plant the hands and step the right foot back to your runner's lunge. Take a moment, connect to the footprint, the front foot to the back foot, and then with extension in the spine, bring the heart and eyes forward on the inhale. Plant the hands, draw the left knee in towards your chest as you step the foot back to downward facing dog. Settle in for a breath into both hands, both feet. Gather into your strong center. Shift your way forward to your high plank, option to ease the knees down. Send the hips back to downward facing dog on your exhalation. Breathe your way forward, high plank. Send the hips back, downward facing dog as you exhale. Listen closely. Draw your left knee in towards your chest, round the spine as you place the left foot through to your hands for runner's lunge. Bring the heart and eyes forward. As you exhale, take a big step to the top of the mat and fold. Half lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Root into your feet, gather in, soft knees. Root into the feet as you rise up to standing. Stretch the arms up and overhead. And with strength in the legs and your heart leading you, exhale slowly all the way back down. Half lift, inhale. Plant the hands and step the left foot back as you come into runner's lunge. Lengthen and extend with the heart and eyes forward. Plant the hands, draw your right knee in towards your chest and step the foot back, downward facing dog. Settle back in, breathe in, and breathe out. High plank as you come forward. Send the hips back on the exhalation to down dog. High plank, breathe your way forward. Heart and eyes come a little ahead of the hands, strong in the legs. Send the hips back on the exhalation. Listen closely. High plank on the inhale. Shift a little more forward onto your toe mounds. Let the knees come down. Soften the elbows with control. Lower with gravity all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Keep your hands where they are. Begin in your feet, begin in your legs. Press into the feet, firm up the thighs, and then begin to press the mat away as you peel the heart up into baby cobra. On your exhalation, bring the crown of the head back down. 2 more times. From strong legs, the heart will rise. Inhale up. Exhale, you lower. 1 more baby cobra. From strong legs, gather in, cinch in, press the mat away, peel the heart up. Inhale. Lower the forehead to the mat as you exhale. Begin to press your way up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, move the hips back, and take the slow progression up to your downward facing dog. Take a moment to settle. Breathe in and breathe out. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Place the foot through to your hands. Listen closely. Heart and eyes come forward. Inhale. As you exhale, quarter turn to the left and actually take yourself all the way to the back of your mat, and you'll be on your left side for a runner's lunge. Heart and eyes come forward. Take a big step to the top of the mat and fold. Half lift on your inhalation. Exhale, hinge and fold. Root into the feet, gather in, stretch it up, extended mountain. Exhale, strong legs and your heart lead you down with control. Half lift, inhale. As you exhale, the left foot steps back and again to runner's lunge. You're on your right side, heart and eyes come forward, inhale. And then turn to the left to bring yourself all the way through a low lunge, all the way back to the front of your mat. Left side, heart and eyes come forward. Then draw the left knee in towards your chest as you step the foot back to downward facing dog. Take a moment to settle. Breathe in and breathe out. Set your eyes on one spot. Breathe in and breathe out. Listen closely. Draw the left knee in towards your chest. Step the foot through to runner's lunge. Bring the heart and eyes forward. Right hand, tent the fingers to the instep of your left foot. Stretch the left hand forward. Take a breath to gather in, to organize, an extension through the spine, and then exhale, come into the rotation of your twist. Either cactus the arm or draw the left shoulder back and then begin to extend and lengthen up through the top hand. Soften your gaze, set your eyes, breathe in and breathe out. On your next exhalation, let the left hand come down. Turn to the right to take yourself to the back of the mat. You'll be on your right side for a runner's lunge. Heart and eyes are forward. Feel the length and extension through the spine first, tenting the left fingers to the instep. Stretch the right hand forward, breathe in, gather in, and then come into your twist on the exhalation. Support the twist with your breath. Explore the shape. Set your eyes and listen closely to your breath. Listen closely to the sensations you feel in this shape. Keep making subtle adjustments and notice the support of your breath. Keep the breath steady. Keep the mind calm. Listen closely. Come out of the rotation. Heart and eyes will come forward. Take a big step to the top of the mat and fold. Half lift, breathe in. Fold as you breathe out. Bend the knees, lower the hips, and inhale the arms up into chair pose. Gather in, feel a rooting down through your heels. Feel your shins hug in as you press your outer hips out. Cinch in, draw your low belly in, lift your heart, lift your eyes. Take a breath in. Hinge and fold as you breathe out. Half lift, extend and lengthen. As you exhale, step your right foot back to runner's lunge. Heart and eyes come forward. Turn to the right as you take yourself all the way back to the top of the mat. As you come to the top of the mat, heart and eyes come forward in your runner's lunge. Then draw the right knee in as you step the foot back. Downward facing dog. Settle in. Breathe in. Settle in and listen to the interior. Notice the breath. Notice how the energy is moving. Tether the mind to the movement of your breath. Breathe in and extend out the exhalation as you breathe out. Option to stay grounded in both feet or root into your left heel as you begin to lift up and back through the right for 3-point. Create stability in your shoulders, cinch in around the waist. Draw the right knee in as you place the foot through to your hands, warrior 1, flatten your back foot. Root into the feet, gather in, and then make your way up. Draw the shoulders over the hips. Relax through the shoulders. Soften through your face. Feel the rootedness and the groundedness in the lower body. Gather into center and feel the extension and length that comes up through the spine. Lift your heart. Lift your eyes. One more round of breath. Inhale. As you exhale, begin to come halfway forward as you bow into an expression of humble warrior. Palms will press up. Cinch in around the waist. Gather your low belly in. Consider the feeling of cat stretch in your upper body and strong stability of warrior legs in the lower body. Listen closely. Sweep the arms back up on the inhale. Pop up your toes. Pivot on your heel bone as you'll turn the right toes in, and you'll take yourself to the back of your mat for warrior 2. Take a moment to set up the feet. Left knee and left toes are tracking straight ahead. And wrap your left hip under so you're high in the joint. Relax the eyes over the left middle finger, and then relax in your shoulders as you breathe in. And you breathe out. Flip your front palm open, lift up and stretch back into reverse warrior. Consider gently turning your head to look to the outer blade of your back foot. Firm and rooted and grounded in your lower body, cinch into center and expand through the left side of your body as you reach back farther. Last breath. Come up through your top hand. Transition slowly down to runner's lunge. Heart and eyes come forward, and then draw the left knee in towards your chest as you step the foot back. Downward facing dog. Shift forward to high plank on your inhale. Send your hips back on the exhalation to downward facing dog. High plank, breathe your way forward. Downward facing dog, move the hips back. One more round, high plank, breathe your way forward and then hold the shape of plank. Spread your breath evenly throughout the shape. Shift a little more forward into the toe mounds. Ease the knees down, then soften the elbows and lower with control all the way down. Set up baby cobra from strong legs. Press the mat away and peel your heart up on the inhalation. Lower your forehead to your mat on your exhalation. Make your way up to hands and knees, tabletop. Tuck your toes. Shift the hips back towards your heels. Ease the knees up gently as you find yourself back in your downward facing dog. Take a moment to settle. Get into your hands, your feet. Move your head side to side. Set your eyes with this new perspective on your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Listen closely. Stay grounded in both feet or root a little more into your right heel as you lift up and back through your left heel. Find the stability and strength in your shoulders. Cinch in around your low belly. Draw in. Then draw the left knee in towards your chest as you step the foot through and come into warrior 1. Flatten your back foot, root into the feet. Rise up with the inhale, drawing the shoulders up and overhead. Take a moment to settle. Set your eyes. Notice the sensations. Notice the breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Come into a variation of humble warrior as you begin to hinge from your hips and come into a fold. Consider the awareness of cat stretch in the upper body. Palms are pressing up. Stay strong in the warrior legs of the lower body. And then consider the eyes, cast them back towards your right kneecap so that you stay nice and lengthy in your cervical spine. Strong and steady, come up with the next in-breath, sweep the arms up and overhead. Here comes the pivot and turn to the back of the mat, pop up your toes, pivot on your heel bone to turn yourself into warrior 2. You'll be on your right side, you'll be back to the orientation of the front of your mat. Set your eyes on your right middle finger. Now root into your feet, soften your shoulders, relax, notice, and feel. Steady inhale, extended exhale. Flip your front palm open, reverse warrior as you lift up and extend back. Maintain the strength in your legs. Keep distributing your awareness out into every part of your body. Notice and expand through the right side of your body. Consider turning the head, if you haven't already, to look to the outer blade of your back foot. Come up through your top hand on your next in-breath, slow and controlled. Transition your way down to runner's lunge. Heart and eyes come forward. Then draw the right knee in towards your chest as you step the foot back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Place your foot through reverse warrior. Set up the feet. Rise up with the breath. Steady. Consider turning the head to the back of the mat. Now listen closely. You'll transition up through your top hand, a gentle shifting forward with stability into your right foot. Strong in the legs as you'll start to slowly draw your left foot in, and you're going to come into an unsupported, floating half moon. Root into your right heel, draw a line of awareness up to your right sitting bone. Feel your left shoulder drawing back along with the rib cage. Cinch in and stay high in the joint space of your right hip. Hands can stay at the heart, or slowly from that gathering in and extension and organization, extend out as you breathe in and you breathe out. Steady the breath. Calm the mind. Stay rooted and grounded. Last round of breath here. And then slow and controlled, you'll begin to make your way into mountain pose as you ground the left foot. Shift side to side. Relax through the shoulders. Soften your gaze. Breathe in and breathe out. Glide your hands up and overhead. With strong legs and your heart, come down into your forward fold. Stay in flow, half lift palms to shins or thighs. As you exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to get into both hands, get into both feet, and spread your awareness out. Notice the experience you're creating. Remind yourself to stay with this breath, this inhale, this extended exhalation. Prepare for the other side as you draw your left knee in towards your chest. Place the foot through into reverse warrior. Set up the foundation of the feet and then press the mat away as you rise up. As you gather into center, you extend and expand through the upper body and up through the left hand. A gentle turning of the head might feel nice to look to the outer blade of your back foot. Cinch in, gather in. And on your next in-breath, come up through your top hand. With care, you'll begin to shift forward more into the left foot. Start to draw that line of awareness from the left heel bone to the left sitting bone as you'll start to take the bend out of the left leg. Shift forward, take your time. Organize, gather into your center. Remain high in the joint space on that left hip. Begin to come into your expression of floating half moon. Continue rooting down, gathering in, and from the organization, expand out and express the shape. Breathe in and breathe out. Mindfully begin to come out, step lightly out into your mountain pose. Stand tall, stand well. Breathe in and breathe out. Glide your hands up and overhead. Strengthen your legs. Your heart leads you all the way down into forward fold. Half lift, breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. 2 more. Half lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Take a moment in this last forward fold here to widen your stance. Consider ragdoll. Catch hold of your elbows and frame your head. Use the strength of your legs and the gathering into your strong center to create some nice traction and length for the spine. Let the head get heavy. Breathe in and breathe out. Release any bind you may have, and then adjust the feet back to hip distance. Half lift, feel the extension from strong legs. As you exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Take an ease to the knees, come into tabletop. 1 round of cow and cat, heart and eyes forward as you inhale. Spine high on the exhalation. And release into your neutral spine of tabletop as you'll begin to make your way slowly down and onto your spine. Once you've come into recline, stretch the legs long, reach the arms overhead. Reach and extend from your toe tips to your fingertips. Then gather in the knees. If it feels helpful in the hips, rock the hips side to side. More importantly here, just give yourself a big squeeze, some love on yourself for this time you've spent on your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. And start to lower the soles of your feet down. We'll take one bridge pose. If you wish for it to feel more supported, slide a block underneath your hips. Root into your feet. Keep that line of awareness, heel bones to sitting bones, and from strong legs, the hips, the pelvis will rise. Relax through your shoulders. Keep rooting down to rise up into stability here. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more full round of breath here. Extend out the exhalation a little longer. And then slow and controlled, begin to ease the hips down until you find connection again to the mat, to the earth. Settle in, resist the urge to move, invite the settling, invite some heaviness in your pelvis. Gently gather the knees in, rock the hips gently side to side. Happy baby pose, send the knees out wide. Catch hold of the ankles or your shins with flexion in your feet. Draw the shoulders back and keep the hips level and steady on the mat. Soften your gaze. Soften your breath. Draw knees back in. Take a spinal twist. Knees to the right, supported with a block underneath the outer knee or a block between the thighs. I invite you to pull away from any strong stretch sensation, anything that would equate to the subconscious idea that we are doing something. Begin to shift into a state of supported being. Slowly make your way back to center. Give yourself a moment in transition. Take your twist to the opposite side. Set it up. Feel supported. Feel at ease. Notice the breath. Consider stretching out the exhalations a little longer. And stay intentional in your practice, intentional as you begin to transition your way into your final rest pose, into Shavasana. Let the knees draw into center, gather in. Take any final movement you feel you need. Begin to extend your way out into Shavasana. Feel supported, feel at ease. Come into conscious relaxation. Stay here as long as you wish. The invitation is to linger. Give yourself this time, this intentional time of rest. And as you're ready, make your transition with some movement coming into the body. Taking your time, still in the absorption of your time on the mat today. With care, you'll transition your way up into your comfortable, easy seat. Feel yourself coming full circle in your time here on the mat. Bring your palms to meet at your heart. Let's breathe together. Full breath in. Extend out your breath as you exhale. It's from this place that we honor each other. It's from this place we make a conscious choice to see and connect with each other.